Hello, welcome to my daily earnings. So today the tutorial I'm going to make for you guys is how to make your Firebase database to work offline. That means even if a user don't have internet in their phone, the application will store the data he downloaded from the database in the user's phone. You understand? So that's what I'll be showing you now, how to make your Firebase database to work offline. So the thing we need is that we have to create a Java class. So when you right click, you then click Java class. So let's call, you can call it anything, but me I like calling it my application. So my application Java class. Then this my application Java class is now going to extend multi-desk it will extend multi-desk application. It will extend multi-desk application. But the reason why this multi-desk application is not showing is because we have to call a dependency to install this multi-desk. You understand? So the reason why we are extending multi-desk application is to allow our application to work on lower devices, because if you didn't extend multi-desk application, your application will not work on maybe Android 4, Android 5. You understand? But you can also extend application. You can also extend application. So if you extend application, this particular app now will only work on higher devices. If you install it on lower devices using this stuff, the application will crash. For us to be able to extend multi-desk application, we have to install one dependency in our Gradle script. So there's a dependency we need to add here to be able to extend multi-desk application. So let's add the dependency. Okay, my viewer, the dependency we have to add now is implementation com.android.support.multidesk. So this is the version we are using. We have higher version than this. You understand? We have higher version than this, but this is the version I'm using, 1.03. So when you put it here, then there's another thing you have to put. There is another thing you have to put upstairs. You have to, under the default config, so you have to put multi-desk enable equals to true. Then you sync the application. You sync and wait for it to sync. So you wait for it to sync. So the reason why we are putting this multi-desk stuff is to enable, like this multi-desk, and you can also research on multi-desk. That multi-desk is kind of helping to maybe to create more space for the app to build or run. You understand? So that is what this multi-desk is really all about. So you can also Google it, what multi-desk is really all about. So while we are waiting for it to sync, let's kind of Google that multi-desk. methods. So now my users, that multi-desk I was talking about, enable multi-desk for apps with over 64k methods. So if the functions, the methods in your app is over 64k, it will not run on a lower device. You have to enable multi-desk for it to run. You understand? When your app and libraries it references, it's not only the method you are writing being over, is even the dependencies, the libraries you are referencing, maybe the Firebase libraries, the whatever library you are using in that app. If it is over 64k, it's very hard for it to run a lower device, on a lower device like Android 4, Android 5. But if it is a higher device, it can run. But on lower device, the app will be crashing. So you have to enable multi-desk. So when your app and libraries is referenced a 65,000 method, you encounter a build error that indicates your app reached the limit of Android build architecture. Trouble writing output. Other versions of the build system report a different error, which is an indication of the same problem. About the reference name. So definitely, okay, this is the correct version self. So this is the version I'm using. So this is what this multi-desk is. Multi-desk above Android 5.0 and higher. API level. So definitely, as I was saying, when your app has more methods, you have to enable multi-desk. So now let's see if our app has finished building. It has finished syncing. Now we will come over here. You see it, multi-desk application. Extend multi-desk application. So now, due to that dependency we added here now, this dependency, multi-desk enable, and this dependency we added, we can now be able to extend multi-desk application. So why I extend multi-desk application is for the app to be able to run on a lower device. Because from my experience, if you don't extend multi-desk application, the app will be crashing. Then another thing we need to have in our application now, if you are using Firebase, we need to add the Firebase dependency. We have not added the Firebase dependency. So let's add the Firebase database codes. You understand? So let's add the version that I'm using. Okay, my user, my subscriber, this is the version of Firebase I'm using. This one is for Google Ads, implementation.com, Google advertisement. So this is Google Ads, Play Service. So if you are to run Google advertisement now, so this is the version of Google Ads that I'm using, 19.20. Then this is the Firebase messaging. So if you want to send message in your app now, this is the version I'm using. I'm using version 21.0. Then this is the Firebase call. The Firebase call, this is the one I'm using. Then this is the Firebase database. This is the one version I'm using. I'm using 20.01. The Firebase call is 17.10. Then database is 20.04, not 1. If you make any mistake here, sometimes the app will not build itself. Any mistake in this number, it will not build. Google Firebase authentication, what I'm using is 21.03. Then Google Firebase storage, I'm using 20.01. These are the versions that I'm using. Then when you input these stuff now, you sync the project, because you must put this Firebase dependencies for you to be able to have access to the Firebase database. You understand? For you to have access to the Firebase database. Okay, our stuff has finished syncing. Now, see, we have to go over to the My Application class. So we need to add the code that will enable us to we need to add the code that will enable it's just a line of code. It's not a very long stuff, just a line of code where what we are trying to achieve is making the phone to work offline, and whatever it downloads, it can be able to store it in the phone and the user can use it offline, you understand, without internet anything. So let us add the code that will enable this app to work offline now. Okay, now let's add the code. We are going to add it on create method, on create, so that whenever the stuff is creating, on create, so when you type on create, on create, super on create, so you type the method. So this is the method, on create method, then Firebase Database again stand or say participant enable true. So this is the code that we need to make this app to work offline, you understand. So now also another code we'll have to write is multi-des install. Okay, another code we are going to write is multi-des.install this. That's it. Multi-des.install this. So we have finished with this particular place. You understand? When you look at this thing now, you know that nothing is referencing this particular class. It is kind of not black in color, it's kind of blurred. Nothing is referencing it. So for this app now to be referenced, we have to go to the manifest for this particular class, this multi-des application class to be referenced. We'll come to the manifest. So if you do not do this particular one I'm doing now, the app will still not work offline. If this one I'm doing now is the most important, the final step, you understand. So we'll add the code under application. You must add it under application at the top like this. That's where you must add it, so that immediately the app runs, it will capture it. You must add it here. Okay, let's add the code needed for this app to work offline in the manifest. So the code we need is android.name equals .application, my application. So we are now referencing that application. If you come to this place now, you will see that this my application now has turned black because it has now been referenced in the manifest file. So this is the code needed to make this app to work offline. You understand? So if you want to make your app to work offline, this is what you have to do to make your app, Android apps, to work offline. And when someone uses the app with internet or no internet, the person will still have access to the data. The person will use the app will download things from the database, store it in the phone. You understand? So thank you for watching. Now let me show you people how my earnings are going. You understand? How Google Admo placed me on Aliments. I have not even do anything. I've not even started using. They just placed me on Aliments. You understand? So let me just show you how my earnings are going. Okay, we are in my Admo dashboard. So yesterday I managed to earn 0.4. I was placed on Aliments. That was the reason, because that yesterday I was supposed to earn more than this. You understand? Because my ad request was very high, very high that yesterday, very high. So I supposed to earn more than, I have 8,700 ad requests, 8,000. So I supposed to earn more than this, but due to the fact that I was placed on ad limits, so that ad limits made my earning to reduce. You understand? Because they still message that they are still monitoring my account, they are still verifying my traffics and the rest. So that's why they dropped my earning to like this. You understand? So but let me hope that this ad limit will not last. Let me hope maybe in 2 weeks time, because most times like this, if you do not do anything, if you don't do anything and the place on earnings, it normally stays 2 weeks and it will go. Let me hope in 2 weeks time like it will go, or at least 1 month. But I don't need this earning the place on me now, because I need the money. I want my earning to reach $10 so that I will be able to get my PIN, my verification, because if the end is not up to $10, they will send you your PIN. So I want them money to reach 10, so they will send me my PIN, and the PIN will stay 1 month, 2 months before it will come. So I want my earning to reach 10, so I will get my PIN. I don't like this earnings they place on my account, but AdMob, they don't care about you. They don't send. They just want to protect their company. That is the most important thing for them. Whether you existing, they don't want to protect their company. They say they want to protect their publishers and they just want to protect the company from app fraud. I believe that's what they are trying to do. You understand? So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and stay updated for new videos. I will try and be releasing videos every day. I will try and be releasing videos every day. So subscribe and stay updated. Bye.